town, Winters, California. We're so glad that you're here this morning. We look forward to sharing all the joy we got today. Let's start with elevating and celebrating. Let's go higher, let's go further, let's go deeper into God's love. Let's go higher, let's go further, let's go deeper into God's love. Let joy take hold and elevate your soul. Let love be great and give us cause to celebrate.
Good morning, it works. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Oh, and good morning. Let's all say good morning to our music director, the incomparable Billy Larkin. How you doing this morning, Billy?
I'm doing great, David. How about you?
I'm doing great.
Oh, good.
Fantastic.
Good, yeah. We got some great music coming today. A couple of songs of mine that I really am looking forward to sharing. One of the favorites, In Between, is coming up, and a new one called Make My Day. You guys have heard it before, but it's kind of new for me.
All right, awesome. Cannot wait. So welcome, everyone. We've got so much going on here. I can't wait for announcements. We're going to announce all kinds of new classes and new initiatives and new things that are happening for the end of the year. Next week, we have a very special guest. Reverend Georgia Prescott will be here, and she is a titan in this movement, and she is the retired founder of the Center for Spiritual Awareness in West Sacramento, and I'm just thrilled that she's going to be here. So that's for next week. Remember that. A special welcome to our online audience. Hello, everybody from around the world. We are so happy that you've tuned in to see us today. So, welcome. As I said, what is Science of Mind? What have you gotten yourself into by walking through these doors and turning on your computers? Science of Mind is a spiritual movement focused on the power of the mind to shape one's experience. The power of your mind to bring about your good. The power of your mind to join with Spirit and to join with the oneness that is everything to bring about our good. That is what we do here at CSL Yolo. And we exercise that power. Got jumbled up. We exercise that power through our beliefs, through very specific beliefs. And we have 4 that we focus in on that I want to tell you about. Number 1, we believe that love is all there is. Everything is inspired by love, is a reflection of love, is a call for love. Love is all there is. It affects everything that we do. Number 2, we believe that all thought is creative and influential. Thoughts are things. And if you just look around you, everything that you see around you has been preceded by thought. So we pay a lot of attention to what we think and what we believe in this philosophy, because we know that what we believe, we will see. Number 3, we believe that you are whole, perfect, and complete, exactly as you are right now. With no improvements, no changes, you are whole, perfect, and complete. And we know this because we come from a whole, perfect, and complete source that only creates whole, perfect, and complete things. So we know this about ourselves, and we know this about you. Number 4, we believe in a world that works for everyone. And we're working from that world together. And it's not a world that we're trying to make work for everyone. This is a world that works for everyone presently. The world operates on love and law and cause and effect. And it will never change. So what we want to do is use more of that world that works for everyone to bring a good that is good for everyone into this world. So we truly believe in that. And now we take our namaste time. We take a moment to acknowledge each other, to look in each other's eyes, to see the perfection that we are, looking at the perfection of another. And we do that with our namaste greeting. So let's take a moment. Namaste. Doesn't that feel nice? Yeah. Just walking around and just seeing perfection everywhere you go and acknowledging that. I just love it. So, please welcome to the microphone right now our practitioner of the day, Bobby Bolden. She's going to share with us our vision, our mission, and today's affirmation. Good morning, Bobby.
Good morning, Bobby.
I learned.
Good morning, everyone. Oh, just welcome. It is such a gorgeous morning. I am going to read our vision statement, our mission statement, and our affirmation. And after I read it, I'm going to ask each of you to repeat it. So let's start with the vision. Our vision is to create an environment for all to realize the power of spiritual connection. Let's say that together. Our vision is to create an environment for all to realize the power of spiritual connection. And now our mission statement. Our mission is to provide a sanctuary for all to be lifted and inspired to embody spiritual principles and live their inherent greatness. Together. Our mission is to provide a sanctuary for all to be lifted and inspired to embody spiritual principles and live their inherent greatness. Yeah, we want you to live those principles, all right? And so we have an affirmation for today. I am open to all avenues of God in everything I do.
Good.
What?
Good. Well, good is God.
Good is God.
That's good.
Please stand and let's just say this. Let it fall into your bodies. I am open to all avenues of good in everything I do. One more time. I am open to all avenues of good in everything I do. Thank you. You may be seated. And now we have our board president, Peggy Grobendal, with some announcements, a lot of announcements. Hi, Peggy.
Good morning.
Good morning.
And we're starting off with Jason this morning. And next week on Sunday at 8 o'clock, he's going to lead another mindfulness and walking meditation. And this will help you discover how to incorporate a walking meditation into your everyday routine and reap the benefits of this powerful practice. Don't miss out on this amazing opportunity to rejuvenate your mind and body by exploring the serene Pewter Creek. Again, that's next Sunday, 8 o'clock, and you'll meet behind the community center on the wooden stage back there by the path. It's 201 Railroad Avenue if you need the address, and then you can walk on over here and come to service at 10. If you want to see more of Jason's work, please check out his website, onepathcoaching.com. He offers a lot of opportunity for growth. Next is June Robinson, leading the gratitude group. It is back. They meet every second Thursday of the month, and this month it'll be October 12th from 4:30 to 5:30 at the Davisville Apartment Community Room. And the mission of the gratitude group is to uplift our lives through an ever-increasing sense of gratitude for Spirit's presence. In this group, we explore the very nature of gratitude and the many gifts through study, discussion, and fellowship. Next up, I'm missing my clipboard, so I'm going with the phone here. So, and the third annual cabaret, it is another fanfare. It was time to start. December 3rd at 5 o'clock.
Oh, there we go.
And it'll be right here at the Grand Prince Podium. It's a wonderful event. Once we nail down all the performers, we'll let you know that as well. And next up, we have Pledge Night. The Pledge event is starting October 15th, right, when we start discussing pledges for next year. And again, this is how we set our budget for 2024. So anything that's pledged will give us our budget. And last, there are 2 classes coming up. And if you are interested in becoming a member, Discovery class is the one you would need to take. It'll help you discover what we're all about. And it starts on October 17th, then the 24th, and the 28th. So that's a 3-class series. And a foundations class will give you the foundation of science of mind. It's wonderful. I've done it 2 or 3 times over the years. It's a great class, and you really get to bond with those in the class and with what this is all about. So that's beginning in January, and that's 10 classes, but well worth it. Okay, that's it. Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you, Peggy. As we enter into the more contemplative portion of today's service, please join me and Heather. Clara, she's going to help me out on this one. This is a song called Holy, Holy. I think you're going to be singing this in another.
Yes, I'm going to sing this next week. I'm borrowing it from Billy. I'm going to do the sacred reading for today. The first one is by Ernest Holmes from Discover a Richer Life. What we must avoid, however, is the confusion of which arises from belief in final revelations, from the belief that all truth is at last discovered. Boy, I can't read through the mic. Or that someone, person, or someone's system of thought has delivered the last word. There are no finalities in any science, any philosophy, or any religion. The second one is from Carl Jung, or Jung, however you say it. The paradox is one of the most valuable spiritual possessions. Only the paradox comes anywhere near to comprehending the fullness of life.
Thank you, Heather. And it's now time for us to enter into that sacred prayer. I invite you to, I just always get my body in it. Squeeze your shoulders up to your ears, let it out with a sigh. Again, up, close your eyes gently. One more time and just relax in your seats. And just allow the breath to move through your body. I am just so grateful this morning. Grateful for the light, the holy light, the sunshine that is shining on us. Grateful for this beautiful cool October morning, with the chill of the air just enough to let me know that fall is here. I'm grateful for the center and for all of you who are with me today. I'm standing here from this place of gratitude. I am remembering the truth that God is all there is. Truth that there is nothing else other than the very essence of God that is in this universe. I am remembering that God is moving into and around all life, everything that exists now, everything that has ever existed, and everything that will exist in the future. This infinite, all-knowing intelligence is the essence of my being, the essence of your being. This intelligence is all loving, all giving, all sustaining, all maintaining. It is the energy that is in every rock and every tree, in the ocean, in the rivers, in the mountains. It is the same energy that's flowing through every flower and every stone, through the very dirt that we stand upon. This energy is what moves the planets. This energy is the energy of the entire universe. Yes, and I'm knowing that this energy is moving through me right now. It is the essence of my being. Moves through my body temple, from the top of my head to the tips of my toes and my fingers. This energy is vibrating throughout every aspect of my being. It is vibrating in every organ, in every cell, in every atom of who I am. This energy is the healing energy of life, that is always healing me, always healing you. this energy known as God, known as many other names, known as Great Spirit, known as Mother Earth, known as Jehovah, known as Allah, known as Muhammad, this energy known as the Buddha light, the Christ light. This energy is who I am, and just as this energy is who I am knowing that this energy is who you are. Each person in here is imbued with the very spirit and light of God. Yes, we are all one with spirit. There's no separation. The same love that is in God is in you. The same love that is in me is in you. We are one big circle of light and love. And knowing that we are one in this circle, I right now speak a blessing. I bless everything that is happening in our service today. Everything that is happening in the world, everything that is happening in my life, everything that is happening in your lives. I know that it is all good. It is all good. It is all good. And with this today, I bless our service. I bless our musicians, Billy and Heather today. I bless our audiovisual team. I bless Patrick. I bless Barry, who came early to set up. I bless our welcome team, who greets everybody with joy and love and peace. I bless our galley team, the kitchen ministry that brings us the delicious food. Bless our board who have been working so diligently, setting forth initiatives for the center, the marketing team for all they are doing. Oh yes, everyone, the practitioners. And of course, I bless Reverend David Clark. I know today that his message all month is going to bring us new insights. It's going to bring us words of wisdom. It's going to help us understand the paradoxes of life. The things that seem to be good, the things that seem to be bad, he's going to bring it all together. And I know that this message is truly ordained by Spirit. Oh, I am just so grateful for everything that is happening. I'm grateful for every person who is here today. And I know that all is well. And so I just release my word. I release it, knowing that every time, every word that I speak is already answered with the word yes. I invite you to help me anchor this prayer with our African American words. Ashe.
Ashe.
Our Native American words. Aho.
Aho.
Our Judeo-Christian words. Amen.
Amen.
Our Science of Mind words. And so it is. So it is.
The first musical offering today is a song of mine. It seemed to fit. It actually fits in a lot of places, but I think it definitely fits in today. It's called In Between. in between believing and receiving, in between faith and action, in between thought and emotion, in between speaking words and hearing sounds, and in between objects and all living things. Feel the space, listen to the silence. This is the doorway to God's house, a house that you are inside of already, a house that is also already inside of you. In between understanding and forgiving, in between accepting and releasing, in between when night ends and day begins, in between desire and fulfillment, in between what we see and what we can't see, in between what we know and what we cannot know. Feel the space, listen to the silence. This is the doorway to God's house, a house that you are inside of already, a house that is also already inside of you.
One more for Billy Larkin. That was a beautiful song. My goodness. So, we're talking about paradox today. Paradox, blessed paradox. the beginning of the end. I know that I know nothing. Less is more. What do these things mean? They're contradicting themselves. They're all examples of paradox. And to put it simply, Brene Brown, in her book Atlas of the Heart, she defines paradox as the appearance of contradiction between two related components. The appearance of contradiction between two related components. And we find paradox everywhere in this world. Everywhere, every time we turn around, we're playing with paradox. And light and dark seem to be opposing each other, but you can't have one without the other. You need them both. That's why it's the appearance of contradiction, but it's not the reality of contradiction. You have to spend money to make money. Anybody ever heard that one?
Yep.
How about jumbo shrimp? Another paradox. Jumbo shrimp. The thing is that the human mind is designed for either or kind of situations. And that's good because when we're in survival mode, we need to make quick decisions, quick choices. You know, we either go here, oh, there's a fire, where do we go? Okay, we don't go towards the fire, we go away from the fire. So there's only one thing to do. And when you're in survival mode, the only thing to do is what? Survive. Survive, that's the primary goal. But the ultimate goal of all mankind, of all humanity, is to rise out of survival mode. You don't want to be afraid for your life 24 hours a day. We strive to be out of survival mode. And what happens when we arise out of survival mode? Well, then our minds can do other things. Rather than worried about, oh, what this danger that's around the corner. Oh, I got to worry about getting something to eat. Oh, I got to worry about this person that's, when you don't have those kinds of worries, then you start to think about other things. You start to think about, hey, how comfortable can I be? Hey, my neighbor is hurting. Let me try and help out my neighbor. Oh, my neighborhood, my whole town. Maybe I can do something to help other people. We can reach outside of ourselves. And the only way that we can do that is to get out of this either or, good or bad, light or dark kind of thinking, and get into a more of a oneness kind of a mindset. So this is our evolutionary path. Okay, we were evolved to have this flight or fight thing going on, and now we are elevating into oneness and into accepting perhaps a both and type of an outlook, because we need the both and thinking to solve the problems that we face in the world today. We need to think of someone other than just what's good for us, and we need to think of what's good for everyone. And the only way we can do that is to start playing with paradox, opening our minds up to the appearance of contradiction, to see if our answers might be there. So that's where the paradox mindset comes in. The paradox mindset is the ability to hold and consider two seemingly opposite ideas at the same time. And paradox is, when you turn on the TV, you're not going to see a promotion of paradox. When you turn on the TV, you're going to see one way to do things. There's one product that you need. There is one opinion that you can follow. There is one way to do everything. If you think about it, the television is a very binary kind of thing. It's either good or bad. And it helps to kind of drive us to thinking that, there's only one solution, there's only one good, and there's only one bad. We promote the good and we avoid the bad. And that makes us very easy to manipulate. But if we're adopting a paradox mindset, then we're open to, there's good over on this side. Oh, there's also good on that side. I was told that side is bad and that side is good, but I'm seeing good over here. What do I do with that? Well, we have a choice. We can take the good that we see that's unexpected and ignore it. Or we can take that good that we see that is unexpected and embrace it. And learn from it. And use it to help us expand our minds and come up with new ideas and new solutions to things. The paradox mindset is a very powerful position to be in. Just know that it is not going to be promoted or supported by media that you ingest. Politics, they don't want you to have a paradox mindset. In the land of politics, you're either on this side or you're on this side. And never the two shall meet. There's a big giant brick wall in between the two. But as we can see, just recently in the politics that's happening over the debt ceiling and things like that, there is no nuance. There is no paradoxical mindset. There is no joining to see, hey, how can we do this together? Everybody's so worried about being on one side or the other. We are not joining. And we can see what that looks like in our politics. What gets done in Washington now? Nothing. We have a bunch of people running for office and trying to get elected and trying to please people and just trying to get elected all the time. But nothing is happening. None of the work is being done because we're stuck in a political survival mode. So, politics is always in survival mode. They're always worried about their necks. They're always worried about their jobs. So we've got to elevate as a people out of that. And as we do, our leaders will follow. I'm going to say that one more time. As we embrace a paradoxical mindset, a mindset of paradox, a mindset of cooperation, a mindset of oneness, as we accept that into our lives, we will elect leaders that also accept that also want to do the same thing. And then we all come up. So we're doing very important work here this morning. Getting ourselves out of this either or. And great things can happen even in business. There's a great example of Southwest Airlines. You guys are familiar with Southwest. How they do things kind of differently. And before Southwest came along, you had assigned seating in the plane. That was deemed to be the quickest way to load the plane and to leave on time. Is to have an assigned seat and to load everybody in by groups and to do it just that way. That was the conventional wisdom, and that was what every airline did. Airlines would come and airlines would go. And this never changed until one person decided to think outside of the box. He took conventional wisdom and he flipped it. And so, what if we didn't have assigned seats? And the founder of Southwest Airlines is Herb Keller. And he's famous for saying, conventional wisdom put a hell of a lot of airlines out of business. Because everybody's doing it the same way. So what he did was develop a way to load the plane based on your check-in time. You check in earlier, you get into the plane earlier, you get to pick your seat earlier. And studies have shown, after they perfected this technique, that it cuts 4 minutes off of the loading time. 4 minutes quicker doing it this way. Now, it took some courage to do that. Because every single business, every single person in the industry said, no, that doesn't make any sense. You're a fool. Why are you doing it this way? It's going to take more time. It's going to cost more money, etc., etc., etc. But that was not the case. Southwest is one of the most popular and profitable airlines that we have in business today. All because the conventional wisdom was challenged. And something else came about. So what you have is a win for Herb Keller, who started a great business and became rich because of it. It is a win for the airline itself because it employs hundreds of people. It might employ thousands of people. And all of these people have jobs and they have income because of the success of this company. So the individual wins. The company wins. You win. How do you win? Well, when you buy a ticket, you can get on a plane, you can get cheap fares. Cheaper fares than any other airline, and this is not an advertisement for Southwest. They're not paying me for this promotion. But you can get cheaper airfares with Southwest than you can get with anybody else. So that means that the bar for flight, the bar for air travel has just been lowered. And now people that have less of an income can now afford to fly like never before. So challenging conventional wisdom turned out to be a win-win-win. And they're still winning today. And
Even after last year?
Even after last year, yes. Yes, even after last year. They're still subject to software and all the other things that that can happen. But the business itself is revolutionary and successful. It's a great example of being in the paradox mindset, of staying in the paradox mindset. It's also very useful in prayer. Embrace that paradox. God is everywhere. Good is everywhere. And yet, suffering is everywhere. And that's a big question that I get as a minister in questioning God. It's like, well, if God is good and God is everywhere, what about all this war? What about all this suffering? What about all this hunger? What about all this other stuff? How can the two things coexist? Well, God is everywhere. And God is all good. And so there is good everywhere. The good that is everywhere resides in each one of us. The good that is everywhere resides in all of our choices, in all of our thoughts. We are the key to release us from our suffering. We are the key to release each other from our suffering. The goodness of God comes through in the fact that every problem that we have today can be resolved through choice. We have choice, blessed choice from God. So that explains how God can be everywhere and how there can still be suffering because of the choices that we make. So, because we can justify that God is everywhere and good is everywhere, our good is always at hand. So where is good going to come from? What direction? All directions. Good could be coming from anywhere. It could even be coming from a place that we think is bad. From a situation that we believe is terrible. No good can come of this. Is God in that situation?
Yes.
Yes. Yes. So good is there. We can be in charge of our own good. God doesn't know about paradox. There is no paradox to God because there's all oneness. There is no appearance of contradiction because everything is one and there is no opposition. So God just gives. God isn't considering, oh, well, I've got to give this from this side and this, I got to give good from over here, and I got to make sure that this is, no. God is not making these calculations. God is just pushing the good. God is just saying yes to you at all times, saying yes to your beliefs. So, the story of the GPO, how we got here, is a story of paradox. It's a story of paradox. When I first heard of this place, I knew we were in a position to where we were ready to start looking for a place to gather. I knew what that place would look like. I knew how much that place would cost. And I knew that we couldn't afford it. I knew all of these things, and I had a rationale for knowing them all. I had reasons. I could sit and write out why this could never happen, why we could only be in a certain place at a certain time, paying a certain amount. I was locked into my good, and it was only coming from one place. In the meantime, here comes good from a place that I did not expect. So the first thing I did when I had this good that came in from, where'd that good come from? The first thing I did was deny it. The first thing I did was poo-poo it. Did you see where that good came from? It came from over there. I'm telling you, good is going to come from right here. That's where I'm expecting it. And so I was perfectly willing to ball this good up and throw it away and keep on looking in one direction. Until our practitioners took me to task and said, David, you got to be open to all good from everywhere. You can't be afraid to look at it. You can't be afraid to accept it. You can't be afraid to consider it. And so, I corrected my thinking. I turned some screws up here, corrected my thinking, and then started to explore that good that I didn't expect. And as soon as I did that, as soon as I opened the door to it, here we are. Here we are. A year later, almost a year to the month later, a little over a year later, and here we are in this blessed sanctuary. And everything worked out perfectly. The price was right. The location was right. The people were right. And we blended into this community seamlessly and wonderfully. And all of this happened because of paradox. Because of embracing the paradox mindset. In realizing that, yeah, good comes from here. That's where I was looking. And there's good. But good, 360 degrees, all around me, all above me, all below me. I need to be open to all good, all paradox. Lest I let something slip through my fingers. Which, man, I almost did, but I learned so much from this experience and so much from embracing what I was not prepared to embrace. So for your home play today, just like the affirmation said, open yourself to all avenues of good. Just next week, tell yourself in every situation that I don't know where the good is coming from. I don't know, but I know it's coming. I know it's here. I know it's around me. I know the answers that I seek are seeking me. The good that I seek is seeking me. And I don't know where and how. I don't have to answer all of that. All I need to know is that it is present. So that is your home play today. When you encounter a problem, when you encounter a situation, know that the answer is present. And let it come to you. Let it arrive. Let the truth of it embrace you. And fly Southwest. Let's all take that in a prayer.
I just need you to tell me which screws, though, are could you fix?
Oh, my lovely wife Heather has just asked, what exactly did I change in my mind so that
Screws did you?
yeah, so that she can go in there and turn some screws, turn my screws. Thank you, Heather. Let's take that into prayer. Let us go inside right now. Inside to that place of peace. That place of stillness. To that place of love. And it is from that place at the very center of our being, that we declare here and now that there is one. One spirit, one guide, one force, one good. And the Spirit is everywhere. And everything. This Spirit embodies all of the principles of good. It is ever present. It is all loving. It is all giving. And as I know the truth of this one existence, I know that I am part of the one. As a creation of God, I know that God resides within me. I know this truth about myself. And because I know it about myself, I know it about everyone that is listening to my voice right now. I know that about everyone in the sanctuary. That we're whole, perfect, and complete, and blessed. And that blessing goes on and on and on. And not only for the people in the sanctuary, not only for the people online, but for every single being on the planet. We all have an equal measurement of God within us. Equally accessible. We are all equally loved. And as we open ourselves up to that blessed yes, and blessed manifestation that could come from anywhere, we know that goodness shall follow us all the days of our life. We are surrounded by the goodness of God that doesn't know a single way to move. It knows all ways to move. And that is why I am open to all avenues of God. So I'm grateful to know this. I'm grateful to proclaim it. I'm grateful to know that God is behind all of my efforts, and I know that God is behind all of your efforts. Everything we want to do, we do with God. And so I release these words, thankfully, knowing that they're true and done, knowing that God is acting on every single word, on every single syllable of the beliefs that I just said. God is making them true, making them possible, making them happen. And so I'm just left to be thankful. And thankfully, I release these words with the words, and so it is.
Thank you so much, David. That was awesome. So I chose this next song, which talks about how we are in control of everything. It just seems like also a paradox, because it feels like we're in control of nothing. Yet we seem like we have to recognize that we're in control of everything. This is called Make My Day. I make my breakfast, I make my bed, I make excuses for the things that I said. I make appointments, I make a deal, I make a promise and I'm keeping it real. Every thought, every word is received as it is heard. Every breath that I'm taking is a prayer that I am making in every way. I make my day. I make arrangements, I make amends, I make some noise with all of my friends. I make mistakes, I make believe, I make a list of the things up my sleeve. Every day, every thought is received as it is heard. Every breath that I'm taking is a prayer that I am making. I'm everywhere. I make my day. What would you do if you knew that you could change the world? I make ends meet, I make a wish, I make a guess, a hit or a miss. I make my way, I make a mess, I make up what I have to confess. Every thought, every word is received as it is heard. Every breath that I'm taking is a prayer that I am making.
It's an awesome song.
It's an awesome song.
We are a center that observes the spiritual practice of giving and tithing, and we call it conscious, committed, structured giving. And we're going to be talking about that for the next month, about the conscious, committed, and structured giving as we dive into Pledge Month. And it is so important on a lot of different levels to support your spiritual community and to support what feeds you so that it continues to exist, so that it continues to thrive, so that we can make plans for the future. And you're going to hear about a lot more of that as the weeks go on, and we officially launch this pledge time in a couple of weeks. So your gifts help us in our mission to provide a sanctuary for all to be lifted and inspired to embody spiritual principles and to live their inherent greatness. And that is such a thing, living your inherent greatness. If you knew that you're great, and then you stepped into that and lived it every single day, awesome. So we have a tithing partner this month. A new tithing partner this month. We are supporting Meals on Wheels this month, and it's a very basic concept, Meals on Wheels, and most of us are familiar. But I'm going to go over their vision and their mission statement, just so we know who we're helping out this month. And also we'll have a representative from Meals on Wheels coming to speak to us in the next week or two. And that should be very interesting because they're very excited and very driven about their mission. Not driven. That was not on purpose. I'm that good. So their vision: an America in which seniors live nourished lives with independence and dignity. And their mission is to empower local community programs to improve the health and quality of the seniors they serve so that no one is left hungry or isolated. All right. So as you give a little bit more, knowing that we're going to be breaking some of that off for Meals on Wheels, and I look forward to the presentation from them later on this month. There are several ways to give. You can text to give, you can use PayPal, or you can just go on out to our you can send a check or money order to CSL Yolo, P.O. Box 1361, Davis, California, 95617, or you can just visit us on the web at cslyolo.org and click on the donate button, and then you'll have an opportunity to give that way. So there's several ways to give. So now that we know why we give and we know how to give, let us enter into that sacred consciousness of divine abundance. And I invite you to place your hand over your heart, symbolizing that vibrational energy of circulation. Yep, beating just like it should. And say with me our abundance affirmation. I give with an attitude of abundance, knowing that as I give, I do receive. Today, I celebrate my prosperity and my ability to share from my overflow of good. I give from the knowledge that all is well.
God is my source, God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God gives me everything I need. God gives me everything I need.
We bless and release these gifts to do their work of proclaiming the good news that all is well. As we have freely given according to the law of circulation, it returns to us full measure, pressed down and shaken together and running over. So we will always have more to enjoy and to spare, to give and to share. For this we give thanks. We let it be so, and so it is. Yay for offertory. Oh, it is October 1st. Are there any October babies out here? Oh, Peggy's an October baby.
Oh, wow.
Oh. Well, then for Peggy and for all of our loved ones who enjoy October birthdays this month, we're going to sing happy birthday.
Joyce, can you go up and sing it? And look at her, she looks like the sunshine.
An impromptu jam session. Here you go, Joyce.
God tells the day you were born, the angels take her up to Gabriel's horn. God tells the day you were born, we celebrate the gift of you. We celebrate the gift of you.
Yeah, big finish. I love it.